going to start going through some of these. So I haven't seen these for like 20 years. So if you're thinking about, the thing about the new comic market is you go out, you've got $40 in your pocket on a weekly basis. So maybe if you're buying new, you're going to possibly buy 20, maybe 25 comics possibly. Now, out of those 25 comics, what are you buying them for? Are they to read? Some people read their comics. I've got to be honest, I probably read maybe 10% of my comics. It was purely, for me, I love the covers, absolutely love the covers. That's what I was buying them for. And it was almost like a stock market. It was like a kid's stock market that they could afford to be involved in. And it was nice to start seeing your stocks or comics go up in value. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you're buying new comics and there's variations and all of this sort of thing, and you're seeing, oh well, such and such says this is worth however much now, you need to be a little bit careful there, because if you see that there's a CGC copy available on eBay and it's supposedly worth $500, 9.8 or whatever it might be, you need to make sure that you don't get carried away and go, oh well, if that CGC 9.8 is worth that, then my copy must be worth something similar to that. Big thing is trying to sell your comics again is a different story. So if you go to a shop and try and sell your comics, if you're looking for market value, they're not interested. There's a shop by us, they will pay between 15 and 25% of the guide price for comics if they want them. All right, if there's a hot comic like First Deadpool or whatever it might be, then they're probably gonna pay a bit more, but they don't want the rest of the New Mutants run. They've probably got people offering them that sort of stuff all the time. So the only way you're gonna really get the market value for your comics is to sell them one at a time on eBay. Now that takes a lot of time, effort and work. So to buy new stuff, to buy Bronze Age, or to buy Silver Age, what's the best investment? Now, the thing about buying new stuff is it's affordable. You can spend $2-3 per comic. So it's great for younger kids, maybe haven't got a job or something like that, you're getting involved. If you then want to buy, say you buy one Silver Age comic a week as opposed to 20 new comics a week, maybe you don't quite get the same rush and the thrill out of that, thinking, crikey, I've only bought one comic, it doesn't seem a lot. But it's probably a much better investment to actually buy either a Bronze Age comic or to buy a Silver Age comic. It should be a better investment. There's obviously hot new comics, and you'll have, say, the hot comic, which will be worth $150 or something. I saw this NYX comic, which is supposedly actually interesting. Someone has cut this comic, cut it right across the top, down the side, and across the bottom here. Absolute shame, because the spine is really, really nice. That is a beautiful, beautiful spine. So effectively, they've actually just totally ruined that comic. It's probably, well, I don't know what it's worth, but not a lot. So what I was talking about, Silver Age, Bronze Age, or new stuff. So if you're young and you haven't got, you come back with one Silver Age comic, it's maybe not that exciting. But I think personally, a Silver or a Bronze Age, if you're looking for the right stuff, is actually a better investment. The other thing is, with CGC has almost created a two-tier market. So, I mean, again, I'm going back to saying you look at CGC stuff and go, oh my God, it's worth X. A 9.8 is worth ridiculous amount of money. And actually, I feel in a way it's almost created a false market. I'm not saying it's not right, because what it does, it gives you a guarantee on that condition. So the thing that I always think is a good thing to do if you're investing is actually not to buy CGC comics. I would suggest possibly going out and just saying, right, going to your dealer and saying, right, show me what near mint Bronze Age and Silver Age books you've got, and then go, right, just buy near mint, and obviously you can get them slabbed, that sort of thing, because a lot of the time they'll be undervalued if it's maybe a V Fine Plus near mint book. So that, anyway, the other things which I think is a great idea, let's say you get a book and it's fine, upgrading your grades. Now I think this is a great way to step up your current comics. Let's say you've got a fine condition comic, Silver Age or Bronze Age or whatever it might be. You're on eBay, you're on your local store, whatever it might be, comic fair, and you see a V Fine minus. Right. Sell your Fine copy, make an offer for the V Fine minus copy, and the difference, if you get it right and you can sell at the right price and buy at the right price, then the difference might only be, $20, $10, and you've upgraded. And then if you do that again, the next step, you can get up to a near mint minus, near mint, and then, you've effectively, you haven't actually laid out $200 or $250 each time. What you've done is you've laid out a little bit. Another thing to think of is go to the dealer, say, listen, I like your very fine copy, I've got a fine copy, I'll trade it in and I'll give you the difference. What's the difference? What are you going to, if I give you an extra $20, $40, what are you going to, can we do a swap almost? Other things to think about is just try and buy collections. But I'm not talking about maybe the likes of eBay. I'm talking about looking at your local newspapers. I mean, people are clearing out lofts and garages and all that sort of stuff. Just try and buy collections. You might buy a collection and it might be full of junk, but there's one gem in there, and that's all it takes. And you can get them for, if you can find them, you can get them for not a lot of money. The other things, if you buy new comics, now this is an interesting one.